I was
All right,
answering.
maybe I'll learn something new today about you. Did you
you
want to
remember.
go to work?
Yeah, I wanted I wanted money. I didn't want to work.
I think
but I knew.
Yeah, I was interested in both.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a live.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
So you may have noticed a slight pause there. That was us participating in the latest TikTok trend of looking tired.
Yeah, I don't know anything about TikTok, but I know a lot about looking tired.
Apparently, it's a trend on TikTok for folks to take makeup and put it on to have the tired look. I think we're nailing it.
I don't need makeup. It's just my constant everyday state.
If the younger generation needs a trendsetter, it's like, hey, we got you covered.
We're there.
No makeup needed.
No.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome back.
This is the intro to episode
25. That's
you
kind of a milestone. I feel like
it's a milestone. This is our silver. This is our silver episode.
Is it silver? I thought
silver's 25. Right?
Is silver
think so.
and gold is 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if we're talking anniversaries,
technically, I think I might have on silver shorts right now. So I thought about it.
have on blue.
All right. But yeah,
I see you
episode
have your
25.
Gen-X shirt on.
I do have
As
my
do
rated
I.
Gen-X shirt on.
We got a few left.
We do. Get them while they are still in stock.
Yep. And I think I want to do some different colors
Definitely.
because it is way too hot
I did notice. I put
in
this
Tennessee.
on, and before I came over today, I stopped by to visit my mom, and we were having a little goodbye in the front yard. I'm like, I gotta go. This is hot.
It's caliente.
I need to get in my car and turn on the air conditioner. What are we going to talk about today?
Today, I believe we're going to talk about first jobs, not only for us, but as a generation. What kind of jobs did we, as Gen Xers, have as our first jobs, our first few jobs, whatever the case may be?
That brings back a lot of memories of some cool stuff, but also some just
some nonsense.
there were some OSHA violations left and right. I think in some of my younger age jobs. So,
I don't even know when OSHA was a thing, but
yeah,
it didn't matter.
I still needed part one of them labor unions. I feel like when I was a teenager. I mean, oh man, I know we mentioned it before. I think when we started working, minimum wage was $3.35.
$3.35 an hour,
which was, and I may be mistaken, but I feel like it had just gone up from $3.15 an hour
I believe that's right.
within, just a few months. So it wasn't long, but yeah, I mean,
Maybe even it was less than a year, I believe.
yeah, but it was also, just there's lots of differences, right? We weren't looking for a living wage. We were high school kids looking for just extra money to
Some spending
buy
money,
shoes
gas
and
money.
gas money because we got cars,
Shoes.
and licenses now, and all that good stuff. But that's what we're going to talk about today: is getting a job, getting a first job.
Yep.
And maybe we'll talk about a couple of the jobs we've had over our careers. But,
Yeah, for sure.
I think. I think we eventually settled into an actual career path where it was pretty consistent with what we were doing. But those first few jobs were fun too. So I look forward to digging
they were
into
kind
them.
of the foundation. You learned really just how to interact with people and what was okay and what was not okay at the workplace.
Customer service. That was the first thing I put on my resume after my first job. It's like,
Customer service.
I've got something that I can put
I
on
got
my
customer
resume.
service experience.
Yep. Awesome. I look forward to jumping into it. So why
Yep.
don't we?
All right, let's hit the intro and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about.
All right.
All right. Welcome.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
We're back for number 25.
25.
And we're going to talk about work today.
Yep. That's how many laps we had to run if we got in trouble in baseball.
25 laps.
Yep. I was never stayed on the team long enough to get in trouble to run 25, but that was the nickname, the middle nickname of the baseball coach at our school.
Runoff?
No, it was
lap?
2-5.
2-5. That's a lot of laps. I mean, this basically you're out of practice for the rest of the day, I feel like.
I mean, that's what, 6 miles
Is that... Oh, so it's around the track.
around the track.
Oh, I thought maybe it was around like the diamond or
Oh,
something.
no.
Oh, around the track.
The track.
Holy cow.
2-5.
I'm going to go run a 5K plus. Yeah, a couple of them.
That's a lot.
Wow. Man, I'm excited to talk about our first jobs.
Apparently, my kids are
So
excited to
are
talk
they.
about
So are they.
first jobs. I don't know
It
if
was,
that picked up on Mike or not, but we actually corrected ourselves thanks to the computer that we have
power of
here.
the internet.
Yep.
We did in our intro, we mentioned that minimum wage may have gone up right around the time that we went to work,
Not true.
which would have been in 1985, 86. 86 for me at 16 officially. What are you looking? No.
Math is hard.
Math is hard. Why did I go there?
I don't
That would've
know.
been 13,
'Cause-
6, 7, so 89.
Right. 88.
Right.
I was saying I was 16 and 88.
All right, yeah. I was 89. I'd said that minimum wage went up right around the time we went to work, but it had not. It was $3.35 an hour since 1981 and did not go up again until 1990, where it went up to $3.80. But we also found out a little bit further back, you had thought that minimum wage came about in the 1950s.
Yeah.
It actually goes back to 1938 when it was established by the Department of Labor at 25 cents per hour, which adjusted for inflation would be, as of 2023, $4.74 an hour. So that's not a lot of money, I get,
Nope.
in today's terms. But again, for...
But I guess that was the minimum.
Yeah. Well, and for... I'll be honest, I still believe this. I think that if high schoolers and are still working, I don't think they need to make $20-25 an hour. I'm sorry.
No, but I know
Guys.
plenty that do.
They do, and good for them. I'm not against that if you can get it. I just think that it's really tough to keep taking the price of that burger up, man. If it's a fast food, and fast food that's the heart and soul of, I think, probably where we started out today.
Yep.
Because that's where I started.
Technically, I started not in fast food, but
Close to food, though, right?
mm,
Weren't you dishwashing or no?
No, that was after.
Okay.
I was
All right,
answering.
maybe I'll learn something new
Yeah.
today about you.
Did
Did you want to go to work?
Yeah, I wanted I wanted money. I didn't want
Yeah.
to work.
I think
But I knew.
Yeah, I was interested in both. Like the few times, and I've mentioned it before. I mean, I went to work with, in particular, I went to work with my granddad and my dad, and so one worked in a kind of a, I guess, a production plant because he worked for a printing ink company. So they had like an industrial area where there were like these open 55-gallon drums of chemicals and
Like ink and stuff. And
yeah, and I would wander through there.
I'm sure that was good for you.
It was yeah.
OSHA violation.
I learned a lot, especially when you get to the back where like the real like warehouse dudes worked, and
That had been there forever and
Oh yeah, and you know, this is back when the Snap-on tool truck would still make its rounds.
they still do
And,
some. I still see them.
The calendars and posters I saw gave me an education unlike any other. And if you're not familiar with a particular Farrah Fawcett poster from the 1970s, they had a very large one on the wall. And it was just it
Well,
was.
you remember the
interesting.
the Matco Tools guy came
With
by.
the is that who did the calendars?
They did the calendar when we were working at that one restaurant.
Okay,
and
all right.
we
'Cause we
traded
got
out
a couple.
We
Yeah.
traded out. Yeah,
So
Yes,
could
we
do
did.
This.
we got an idea.
But I did. I wanted to work. My dad's job, more in construction and flooring, and so he was at a different place every day and worked outside of town, around Nashville, but like in the suburbs and things like that. But he was just always someplace different, and that was cool. But for me, it was about saving for summer vacation. And like every year, our family went to the beach for a couple weeks, and
Myrtle Beach.
it was always about how much can I save from the end of school until vacation for the arcade, for hanging out, with friends, and
Yep.
just having money to spend on vacation. So
Yeah, I just
was my
liked it,
goal.
because growing up we didn't have a lot, and so I saw that as a way, like, oh, if I want this, I don't have to burden my parents with asking them for it because they didn't have the money and they were probably going to tell me no. so that was a way for me to go, I want this and I'm going to get it. Like I spent my entire check just like you did
Yep,
one time on a pair of shoes.
the very first check.
Yes.
My very first official check for me went to.
I had an official check before, but from that job, it was
Yeah.
our first official check.
Went straight
Because I think you
to,
got the job there first.
That would make sense because my mom was working there.
Yeah.
And I still, we can say the name of that, right? We worked at McDonald's.
Worked at McDonald's.
Yeah. It's so growing up in Donaldson, there were really two big employers if you grew up in that McGavick Pike, Lebanon Road area.
The Donaldson area.
You had Kroger and you had McDonald's.
Oh, don't forget,
What?
during the summer, they used to call it Child Labor Camp 1.
Who was that?
Opryland Theme
Oh,
Park.
I did forget about Opryland.
Opryland Theme Park.
Probably because
You could
was
work
l-
there at like 14.
yeah,
or
it was just a
15.
bit far away to consistently get a ride. So I think
Right, you
for
couldn't
me,
walk there. No, we couldn't.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we did eventually.
We
At one
did.
point.
You and my brother crossed the street.
But yeah, I think within that little walking distance, you had a couple of little restaurants. The biggest or most well known being McDonald's, and then you had our grocery store, which was Kroger. And my mom at that point she'd worked for the school system as a crossing guard, so she had gotten a summer job that turned into like a middle of the day job between being directing traffic for school. So it was just kind of natural. Like I felt like, hey, I could probably get a job there because my mom works
Yeah.
there.
And then you told me, hey,
Yeah,
I got a job at McDonald's.
and I was like,
And they need people. I said, okay.
and I didn't really have any.
I'll go down
qualms.
there.
I didn't have any issues with being up in the front when people from school came in or stuff like that. It didn't really
No.
bother me at all.
No.
Um,
I just looked at it as, okay, yeah, there might be like, you're working at McDonald's. I was like, huh, I'm making some money. That's how I looked at it.
and occasionally, like after Friday night football games and stuff, we did. We've seen a ton of people come in, but I don't ever remember having that kind of experience. where
That
somebody-
place was like crowded after Friday night
Oh,
football
yeah.
games because that was back in
It
the day
was-
when your community supported your school. And I'm sure that still happens in some places, but not around here. Actually, not around that area anymore. But the cheerleaders would come down on either Thursday, I think it was Thursday night, and they would paint the windows, against, beat whoever we were playing at the time. And
Well, it was just
and there'd be
it's in a good spot.
it's in a great spot.
Yeah.
It's a mile down the road from the school.
Yep.
And
Pretty busy intersection, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a yeah. I mean,
And that place was
Totally.
packed after the game. Everybody left the football game, drove a mile down the street, and they were just parked everywhere. They'd park at the grocery store, the Kroger across the street,
across
and
the
walk
street,
across the
yeah.
street, and everybody was just hanging out. They had all that outdoor seating, all those.
yeah. No, I mean, it was
And it was cool. Like I went down there several times if I wasn't working.
right. Same. It's
And if I was working, I was just like, we're
and the thing is,
slammed.
we didn't really work there that long.
No.
I mean, it was really 6-7 months, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really a short period of time.
Apparently there's something else going around on TikTok. 6'7", 6'7".
Seven.
So
But yeah,
there you go.
I think that prior to that, I had worked a little bit, just for family and stuff like that. So that job at McDonald's was my first honest W-2 tax-paying job. And,
I had two other W-2
Yeah.
tax-paying jobs
All right.
before that.
What was the first one?
And then I had one that was, I don't know if they just gave me some money every now and then. Like it was, I was 13. Okay. So now if we're talking about the first time I was doing stuff to make money, I was mowing yards at like 11.
Yes. Same thing. 10, 11. If I went to work with Dad, I'd pick up, sweep, trash, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I'd make $15 a
Yeah. I was
day or
mowing
something
yards,
like that.
they were $10 a yard, or
yeah.
there was one I did it was a big yard. I did for 12, and I was like, yeah,
I had one dude pay me by the hour. Acre yard, $5.
$5.
That's what he would give me, $5.
Emotional damage.
He goes, that's a pretty good deal given that you only worked 1 hour. And in my mind, I was like, minimum wage is $3.35. I am making more than minimum wage. So, yeah, that was the least I ever cut a yard for was $5, and that was the reasoning behind. Because I didn't tell the gentleman how much to pay me. I just said, hey, can I cut your yard? He said yes. I did it. At the end of it, he says, that took about an hour.
Here you go.
Here you go. I was like, huh. And then he went through his explanation, and I was like, huh, okay.
Did you mow that yard again?
I did, actually.
Okay. Did you mow it slower?
I probably
See?
I stretched it into about a $7 job.
Hey,
so
nice.
just a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
But he was a pretty cool dude. The more I learned about him, he was one of those old World War II vets that
Oh,
just
okay.
had a amazing history in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so we both cut grass and stuff like that. But what was the
So,
first not
first
just giving
job,
you cash job?
My church they just gave me some money every now and then. My church built this retirement home,
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I don't know, 6-7 floors, something like that.
Oh, Heartland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as they were building it, they had the building, I guess, not the superintendent because it wasn't lived in yet. It was, I guess, the general contractor, the head guy that was in charge of everything.
Yeah, like a
As
project manager.
project
something like
manager. There you go. So anyway, he couldn't just sit by the phone. So they needed somebody to answer the phone. So my dad used to cut the grass down there, that big field.
Yeah.
Like he would take the tractor and cut the field, the church's tractor, and cut that field down there, and they would pay him a little something for that. So he got me that job. He was like, hey, Mr. Bennett's looking for somebody to do this. I think you should do it. Okay. So I would just sit there at the desk. When I started out, it was a little end table with a phone on it, and I sat in a chair. And then they got the real front desk, and I was like, ooh,
Oh, you're like,
I am styling. And then they had somebody come in and train us, like trained me as a 13-year-old
on what to do with the phone.
on what to do with the phone because,
Was it a multi-line phone?
yeah.
Ooh, that
And it got to the point to
level
where
up.
they now had phones throughout the building, and they called it, you could put the call in orbit. I could just say, Mr. Bennett, please dial 45. I could make up any 2-digit code I wanted to. And he could pick up any phone and hit those two numbers, and the phone call would go to him,
Huh.
which I thought was
I mean,
Pretty cool
for that
technology
time,
for
that-
1985.
I was going to say that's pretty advanced. I feel like.
You know,
so that's a good
So
deal.
I'd never heard of that. I was like, my phone just answers. You know, like that's it. But so that was my first job, and they paid me a little something. I don't even know if it was a check or I don't know. I don't remember actually seeing money like, oh yeah. So I don't know if they paid my dad or what, but anyway. Then I got a job working for a guy that owned a Domino's, and we would go around and put like coupons on people's doors.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
So the bunch of the kids from the youth group, he went to church with me. A bunch of kids from the youth group would just meet up at his Domino's on Dawson Pike, and we would jump in the back of his Toyota pickup in the bed of the truck.
And drive down the road.
And drive down the road, and we all had these coupons that we had to hold on to so they didn't blow out. So, like, we got this box or we've got a handful or something like that, and he would say, all right, you two take this road, and then he'd go over to another road and drop off two other people. I'll pick you up at the end. So, like, he's just dropping us off in Donaldson neighborhoods.
Though.
And on more than one occasion, I had to outmaneuver dogs. This didn't happen to me, but it happened to one of the guys that was with us. I saw him running from a dog, and he jumped up and grabbed a tree branch so that he could get out of the way. And then finally, the owner called the dog back. You know, so
because then especially, I felt like it was much more common for dogs to just kind of
just be around,
roam the neighborhood.
Yeah,
like,
they weren't on leashes. Most people didn't have a fence.
Now, I mean, if you see one, everybody's like, "Oh, what?
Oh, there's a dog
We
out
need to call somebody." But I
Call
mean,
animal
I
control.
recall at least 4 to 6 dogs that would just kind of roam
around
the neighborhood
Yeah.
at different times. Doesn't mean they didn't have a home.
Right, and you
They
knew whose
just-
dogs they were most
Yeah.
of the time.
I mean,
If you saw a strange one, you're like, I don't know whose dog that is. But they were just kind of around. So, you know, you'd be going around and hanging this thing on people's doors.
get one that don't like you.
I remember a sticker that somebody had on their door, and I actually now this was in 1986, okay, that we're doing this. 'Cause I was 14. So I saw this sticker, and I read it a couple times. I was like, that's genius. And so probably 5 or 6 years ago, I looked for one of those stickers, and I found one. And because I collect stickers, I have a set of old lockers that I put stickers on from places I visit. It said, "This house protected by shotgun 3 days a week. You guess which 3?" I went,
We'll put this in their mailbox.
I might skip this one.
I felt that a few years later with those phone books.
Oh, phone books is a whole different
Yeah,
story.
maybe we'll
I
get
told
to
you I
that
did a
one later.
fundraiser with that.
Yeah,
didn't
you
I?
did.
Yeah.
You did. That's funny. So, all right. So that's the Domino's.
That's 2, Domino's. And then I went back to work at that retirement center
Okay.
in the kitchen.
I remember that.
And so I would go there after school. That's when I was 15.
Yeah.
So I would get out of school and I would take like a gym bag. No, we didn't carry backpacks. Those were for losers. I had this little
That is true.
gym bag that I put my work clothes in, and I would walk from school just down that street,
Okay.
and then down the hill. And then when it was time for me to get off work, I usually didn't have to call my parents. They just knew I got off
At what
at
time?
6 or 7, whatever time it
What
was.
did you do? Was that dishwashing?
I did some dishwashing,
Okay.
but I was like, it was generally prepping for the next day.
Okay.
Because they hadn't served dinner yet, but all the dinner stuff was ready,
Gotcha.
or they had gotten it ready. So every night I would crack 100 eggs into like big tubs, and then put the lid on them, put them in the walk-in cooler, so the next morning they could scramble them or whatever.
Gotcha.
But I had to crack them and prep them, and I'd wipe down trays, and It was just general prep. Like
It sounded like a great gig
I mopped a lot of floors.
because you told me about it,
Yeah.
and I put in an application. Somebody interviewed me, but I didn't get the job. Probably they were smart
Because
they saw what was coming. They're like, no,
they knew that you knew me.
this is.
I
not
still
the
remember
best
that
idea.
guy's name, the manager.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. I remember. I don't remember his name, but I do remember coming down and talking to him, and
Well
yeah,
done.
not getting that job. So, but to be honest, I was still 15. So that was kind of like just my first attempt of like, well, hey, I mean, you're already there.
Yeah.
It's like, I can go there too.
Yeah, we could both walk across the street.
But I did end up waiting until I was 16. And I think the next day after I turned 16, I went to McDonald's.
Is that after you got your license?
Yeah. It's probably.
If you don't know what we're talking
It's
about,
probably it's probably the third day after I turned 16, or it could have all been the same day. Actually, I feel like that may have been what happened. Is
that's
I
a
went,
good day. Driver's license and a job.
I went earlier in the morning.
That's a mic drop for Gen X.
Got my driver's license in the morning and went straight to turn in an application at McDonald's. I think that afternoon.
The Golden Arches.
The Golden Arches. That was
Not to
That
be
was-
confused with the Golden Arcs.
that it was fun for what it was for those few months.
That job cost us a lot. If we're
yeah.
being honest.
Yeah, it probably did, but
If you know what I'm saying.
but it's started off in the back.
Started off in the back.
Well, this is what I always like to tell people is like I worked at McDonald's when the McRib came out for the first time.
The first time.
The very first time.
I got to taste it
For free.
for free.
Because when it was coming out, I remember the McRib and the McChicken also
Yeah,
came out
I
for the
remember
first time while we
McChicken.
were there. And whenever something brand new came out,
we got to sample it.
everybody got one as a sample of it. And that, to this day, might be the only McRib I've ever had in my whole
I've had a
life.
few, and then one time I got one. I don't know if it wasn't cooked all the way or something, but it rebelled against my innards.
Yeah.
And
I like
I
how
haven't
it's-
had another
it's been-
McRib
it's
since.
been- It's been pressed into a rib-like shape, which I always thought was just so funny to see. But yeah, no, that's when we started working there. Those were the two things that were new. I specifically remember like Wednesday nights were like hot cake night. All you could eat hot cakes for like
yes.
$1.99 or something like that.
something like that.
And you're talking about a hot cake making fool. Anybody who was on the back grill on a Wednesday, that's all you were doing. I mean, people would come in and be like, I'd like 47 orders of flour.
Dude, I mean, these people they were nuts. There was like, I need 20 pancakes. Like, it was crazy.
Man.
Like, we were just making pancakes. And now at some point, like I said, we only worked there probably 7-ish months.
Yep.
But at some point, we found in the office where they kept all the stickers. Remember that?
Yeah.
So everybody had a
I'd
name.
forgotten about it, but I do remember.
Everybody had a name tag. So, it was just those old school, like you dial up the letter and you punch it and it like emboss the letter on this tape. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll try to find one and put it here. I'm pretty sure my mom still has one. But
I've
anyway.
still got the name badge. I did not. I should have
really?
brought it. Yeah, I still have the name, my Chris W. name badge with the grill sticker and the front counter sticker.
Yeah.
I don't know what the third sticker was.
There were
gonna
3,
be.
yeah.
I don't know
Was
if
it
that
drive-through?
If it was, I should have had it because we both did drive. We
Yeah.
did all 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't just like waste our time at McDonald's.
no,
I mean,
no.
I feel like
Well,
we
I learned,
practically
I
ran
wanted
the
to,
place.
yeah, we did.
Yeah, all right.
So,
Well, I now I realize how much it cost us when I'm like, okay, oh wait a minute, yeah, because at one point in time, this is a 7-month period. At one point in time, you and I are both also dating coworkers.
dating coworkers. who were friends.
So we got all kinds of stuff going on at McDonald's now.
Right.
I totally forgot about that. Wow. Yeah. And then there was a couple of our manager,
John.
Jean. he was awesome, but very difficult.
I
to
don't know
understand
where he
sometimes.
was from. I always thought he was from Jamaica, but I don't really think he was.
I'm not sure, but he had a very thick.
He had a very thick accent, and most of the time we knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
But as our generation, we were smart Alex, and so we would just be like, "What?" And then we'd say something that sounded like
Yeah.
something that he had said, and he would always say, "Help me, put down, whatever," and be like, "Help you, or just do it." He goes,
He was
"Just do it."
He was new to being I feel like he was new to being a manager.
Yeah.
but he was.
But
he was a cool dude.
Yeah,
you know? I mean,
and very fair, just
Oh, absolutely.
all around good guy. But we gave him a lot harder time than we probably should have.
oh yeah, but so did and I forget her name, but there was a supervisor there.
Oh, I don't even remember her. I blocked her out of my memory, I guess.
she gave him a hard time as well.
But not in a nice way.
No, it was a little bit rougher, I feel like, than us. But she was also older, and yeah, I don't know, man. I forget her name though, but I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. But
I think I do, but I didn't remember her till you said something.
But it was, yeah. I mean, it was a good, fun time. I
Yeah.
think we got away with a lot of stuff that we probably shouldn't have.
Oh,
But I mean, not a terrible first gig either. I mean, I
taught
learned
you
a
a
lot.
lot about how to just work as a team. And we got into the rhythm of things, and there was several times we were close to Opryland, which was a theme park, and so there
Grand
would
Ole
be
Opry.
there would be tour buses that would come. Oh yeah. And so we would see this bus pull up, and we would just grab handfuls of burgers and just and drop them and have the whole grill covered, and then have all these hamburgers and stuff made.
Dropping fries,
and so when the people would come in, unless somebody ordered something special, which didn't happen very often back then, people just ordered stuff as it comes on the menu.
McDonald's, yeah. You get
You might get that no onions,
Order
but or plain. But for the most part, people just got it as it was. Well, I don't think did you start that back?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. So we would sit back in the kitchen area, in the grill area, and just watch the front, the cash register people just running like nuts. Because we're back there. We already made it all.
Yeah, I think, and I had a lot of pride in the work that I was doing.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do it
regardless
right.
of what spot. I remember being in the drive-through.
Yeah.
It was all about, that had to be the fastest people ever were served, I think, at McDonald's.
Oh,
I mean,
we were rocking and rolling.
it was
people.
like, you order something, it's like, especially because you got, I mean, we had, at one point in time, we had like, when we first started dating, everybody's friendly, and it's like you got a team of 4, and occasionally we would all work together.
It was rare, but sometimes we would all 4 work together,
Yeah.
and so the 2 girls would work up front, and Chris and I were in the back, and there'd always be a manager or somebody else there too. But it's like we're trying not to mess up because we don't want to make them look bad.
Yeah.
Because if they look bad, they're going to be mad at us.
That's probably a pretty good system that a restaurant should pick up on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I remember all of that, like wanting to actually serve people well. I mean, you got a lot of great customer service opportunities out of it.
Well, and just being in that community for that long,
Yeah,
we knew people.
Yeah, you knew people coming in. You mentioned Opryland, the Grand Ole Opry. Not only buses that would come in, but at that point in time, like CMT was just starting, but shows like Hee Haw were still on.
Oh, yeah.
And those were all being filmed right around the corner. And so you would get these, Opry stars that would come
and the
in.
actors and stuff like that. They would be on.
They
Yeah,
would just come
and
through
they would
the
just come
drive
in
up and just regular.
because that was the
kinda
closest
people.
one at that time.
Yes.
There's a closer one now.
And a lot of them lived in the area. So
Yeah.
they were, coming, going, getting, coffee in the morning or some food at night. But yeah, I mean, I did. I learned a lot there. I think what I mainly learned is that, I could probably do this somewhere else.
For more money.
I think the biggest problem I had was the funky polyester uniforms, man.
Oh
Completely
man,
uncomfortable.
there was nothing cool about
Yeah.
any of that stuff that you wore.
And the food was okay, but it was
Back then.
discounted. They didn't,
you didn't get free.
You didn't get it for free, which was unfortunate. Sometimes it was free, but it wasn't supposed to be free. It'd be like if a burger got messed up, or say, this is supposed to be no onions. Well, it's got onions on it. Now we can't sell it.
And if Chris and I were both working, sometimes it was free.
Yeah.
Or if one of us was working and the other one came to the drive-thru,
I liked.
sometimes it was free.
That was also probably
We're past the statute of limitations on that.
Oh yeah, certainly. I think probably the one thing I had the most there that I didn't pay for was those raw eggs, because we were into that at that point. Yeah, you were too. You did it too.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was a thing. It was, I don't know where we'd picked it up at, but I thought it was all about protein for like working out and stuff
I'm sure
like that.
like Schwarzenegger said something.
Probably.
And
but
we were like, oh.
I saw that somewhere, somebody was making all these gains in their fitness because I have, so many just raw eggs a day. I just crack them, boom, boom, and have them. So we gave it a
I've
shot.
forgotten about that.
I gave it a shot more than once. Like I kind of bought into it for a little while. Like, hey, all right, let me try this. But then I found something easier at Walmart that I could just buy off the shelf.
The athletes.
We'll talk about that later. That was a good supplement.
I've looked for those. I can't find. I can't find anything
I
about
tried to
them.
find those years later.
I can't
too.
find anything about them. I can't find that they ever existed.
I
I know they existed. I'm sorry that was a little
probably-
hot, but I know they
There's
existed.
probably a reason, and I don't know what those had in them, but it was very energetic.
Should have saved a bottle. As much
Yeah.
stuff as I keep,
And you don't have one of those,
and I don't
That's
have one of
interesting.
those.
Yeah, I got a chance there to work with my mom a couple times, not very much. That would come at a later job. I'd get to do that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think the big highlight for me out of McDonald's was the pair of Air Jordans that we bought with our very first check.
Yep.
We went
I got the black ones. You got the white ones.
straight down to Moscovitz.
Moscovitz department store. I think
And,
we've mentioned this before.
I think we have. We've talked about it.
Because I remember it was $106.66.
Here you go. Can I cash
And a
this
check
here?
was, I think we said the check was like $110.
Yeah. I mean,
We
there was
spent it all.
not a lot of cash I was coming out of that place with.
Spent it all.
But yeah, I had a brand new pair of shoes, and the very first day I wore them to school, I got compliments on them. So I was like, this is well worth it.
Yep.
It's awesome. I don't know if I would follow that peer pressure anymore, but I do.
Not with shoes.
Yeah, not with shoes.
I buy my shoes on eBay. I'm just telling you. I just do.
I just remain open to shoes all the time, so that way when I come across a good deal, I'm like, I can get some new shoes. And then I'll hang on to them. I just threw away a pair of trail shoes because the entire sole came off of not one foot, but both.
Bofa.
So I immediately went from shoes to, at first I was like, well, they're kind of like moccasins now. I could probably, on a flat surface, get a little bit more, time in these. But I thought better, and I did throw them away.
Yeah.
But if they're good and they feel good, I will literally wear them until they fall apart.
I think I have 5 pair of shoes that I kind of rotate among, depending on their different colors. They're all Under Armour, and it just depends on what I'm wearing as to which ones I wear. So
Gets good.
yeah.
So that was McDonald's. Anything else you remember from there?
Oh, we worked with the owner's son.
That is right. Because they owned what? How many?
I think at that time they owned 5.
Okay. And so that started off as this kind of summer job for the owner's son.
Right.
And
Because at some point he figured he was going to take it over, and he needed to know how it worked.
now, if they had Employee of the Month, this kid was not going to get it.
Nope.
As a matter of fact, if you hung out with him too much, you probably were going to lose it yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's what I recall. And correct me if I'm wrong, but
He was lazy.
he liked to play some practical jokes.
He
that
did
were
like to
probably a little too far for.
Right. But
bit-
in his mind, I'm sure he's going, my dad's the owner. What are you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I do remember, his sister came in, and he made her burger, and she was one of those no onion,
Right.
whatever, and this dude put
Oh, I remember.
at least a half a cup of onions on this girl's burger, and just boom, 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 mashed it down, put it in a box, and sent that up, and I'm just like,
Your dad is not going to be
I'm
happy.
gonna go over here because I don't want nothing to do
Right.
with this.
I think I'm on drive-through now.
And so stuff like that, and I'm just like, man, that brother sister stuff, but it's like you're
And we were
work
supposed to,
environment.
train him.
Yeah, no, there was.
We
I don't
trained
think-
him.
I don't know how it stuck, but he scared me honestly. I was
Well, because he was kind of unhinged. You never knew what he was going to do.
I was like, man, this dude's gonna cost me my $3.35
right.
an hour job.
I ain't trying to lose my job.
But yeah, so we did get, and I know you. I think you met him a few years later.
I met him
somewhere.
years later after that.
You hung out with him a little bit too during that time, didn't you?
Like once or twice.
I was saying, I feel like, because he had like a Corvette. Okay, yeah. I was like, I feel like when he turned 16, he got a car.
He got a
and
Corvette.
It was a nice car. And he drove that to work a few times. I do remember, I don't know, it was maybe like once or twice, like trying to socially connect with him, but he was
just awkward.
and you're right.
I mean, his family had money, so
just
he
had-
grew up with money, and he
had
wasn't
stuff to
one
do.
of us.
Yeah.
And so,
I don't even think he lived in it. I mean, because
they lived in like
on the other
Brentwood.
side of town. Okay,
Yeah.
He was coming over to go to work.
Yeah,
And I think he was being made to work. Like, hey, you've got to
right. You got to know
work
this.
summer. So,
Well, his family does not own.
no more. They got out of that.
I think he and his sister ended up selling off.
Well, probably not a bad deal.
I'm sure they got
Yeah,
okay for it.
I'm sure.
But the only other thing I remember was that one other kid that worked there.
Donovan,
No, Spencer,
Spencer. Why did I say Donovan?
because that's how you mess it up.
Yeah. All right.
Mess it up like Donovan.
Spencer.
Remember Spencer?
That was a cool dude. I liked
was
him.
Interesting.
He was good for a laugh all the time.
all the time.
All the time. And his sister worked there too, right?
I do remember his sister.
Who was also friend to
Julie.
Yeah. Friend to the girls that we were dating.
That's right.
So yeah, so there was a lot of stuff.
But she came to work there later,
yeah.
and then we both agreed, wow, she looks nicer and than the girls we're dating. So, but
So we befriended her brother.
so
He was our buddy.
I took care of Spencer. Spencer
was-
needed taking care of.
He
taking-
did. Spencer needed a little bit of help and some extra training, but he was fun. I will say that, man. He'd get a
I just
good laugh,
remember
and he'd just roll with it too.
Yeah,
man. He
I
had
just
a good
remember one
with it.
time that dude got in the zone, and he was just.
Yes, I
Remember that?
remember that. Yeah, it freaked me out, man.
I was like,
what is wrong with this dude?
Is he on something? Because so Spencer, great kid. He was about our age. Great kid. It took him a little longer to catch on to things, if
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So, you had to show him a few times, and he never worked the cash register.
Yeah, he was straight.
He was
backline
just
cook.
in the back
Yeah.
because, he just, and he was also socially awkward and just wasn't going to work up front. But still, love the guy. He was awesome. It's like,
it was so much fun sometimes.
I'm
just
working with
hanging out
Spencer this day.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
So it was fun. But there was one day that we went to work or something, and I don't know what had gotten into him. I don't know if somebody had said something, like if somebody had said he was slacking or something, but this dude was just hyper focused and was moving just at the speed of light on everything, and I was going like, what is wrong with Spencer?
Almost to the point of like, just get out of my way, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
And it was slightly scary.
Because
but-
he'd never done
but it was
anything.
also slightly amazing, and you're just like, what am I witnessing
Right.
here?
What is going on?
Dude. All right. That was a good win out of there, man. I like
Oh,
that.
but we never finished telling the story about the name tags.
Oh, yes.
So we found, a couple months in, we found where they kept the stickers that go on the name tags, because they had little things that said how many months or how many years you were there, and then 3 little circles at the bottom. One was grill, one was like frontline cash register, and the other one was either like drive-through or fries or something.
Yeah, I think it was the drive.
I think it was drive.
Because I do know that was a separate training.
Right. And they had different colors. So they would have a bronze, a silver, and a gold. Okay. And they were
Guess who had gold.
They were manager issued, unless
You just happen to find out where
you just
those
happen to
stickers
find out
are.
where they kept them. And maybe the manager on duty was a little distracted. So Chris and I both had 6-year stickers. We're 16, okay?
We were gold on the grill.
And we were gold on the grill,
gold
up front, and gold drive-through.
And I feel like at some point somebody questioned that, and it was you just
I think it
the
was
other,
John.
the other shift manager, man. It's
It was like John looked at it and he gave us that look, just like
I think it was the 6 years that
Right.
probably was the bit over the top.
right. He was like, "How old are you?"
It's like, you've been here since April. It's like,
No, man, we started working in February. We're talking about
that's so funny. I'd forgotten about that.
because they didn't have anything over 6 year. The 6 year was as far as I could find. so
Apparently nobody made it.
nobody made it that long. So 6-year stickers and gold grill and everything else. So that was our
That was a good experience. And then I took time off for the summer.
right because you were traveling.
And did you too? Or did you work all summer?
I worked some of that summer.
Okay. So I took off.
And then you had got back from your vacation and you were still on your leave of absence. And which I thought was really, I was like, 16 leave of absence. That sounds very official. You were still on your leave of absence, and you came in to make, you came there one time, and I think John asked you like when you were coming back, and you were like, I don't think I'm coming back. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to take a leave of absence too.
If he's quitting, I'm yeah.
Yeah, I'm out too.
Me too.
So
then we were jobless.
but not for long.
No, not
because
for long.
I think that was early August.
Yeah, it was just a matter of a few days. I mean, and I think
It wasn't quite. It wasn't even a week.
I think we already knew that there was a restaurant coming.
Witt's Barbecue.
Yes, sir.
If you're anywhere in the Nashville area, you know about Witt's Barbecue.
So the original Witt's in Donaldson was not where it is currently located.
Right.
It was up next to the Crystal, which is
Now at Tim Hortons.
okay.
And the Witt's is now a Domino's.
It is still a Domino's. Okay.
Still Domino's. And the Witt's now is in the Mrs. Winters building.
Mrs. Winters.
By Captain D's.
Okay, it's by the Captain D's. Yeah, so that was from what I recall, that was a new building. They built it just as
It
for
used to be
Witt's,
that
right?
A-frame like donut house.
Was it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there was an A-frame something there, and
Okay.
it was a donut shop.
Did they take it completely down?
They
Or
took it
just-
completely down.
Okay.
I think they took it completely down and then tried to sell the lot
Gotcha.
because it was an odd building.
Yeah.